G'day mates, how's it going? You're on DirtByte. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 Highlands Fishing Expansion. We start off the day as we have been in our previous videos with onions. We have, they're all lifted now, so it's just a matter of collecting them, which we're able to do with this amazing JCB and tow behind onion harvester. Since we've finished the lifting, we are able to change the JCB over on the trailer to be the New Holland, because as we found last time, the JCB just didn't cut it in terms of horsepower to tow a full trailer of onions. We've already got a couple of loads of onions over there on the other side of that field in front of us, which we've just dumped on the ground. I don't know if that's, still don't know if that's going to be the best option or the best idea. That's what we've done. We're going to need to get something to pick them up at some point. I'm not entirely sure what that may be yet. We'll look at that when the time comes. But while we've got a full load, we might just jump in the JCB to start with to unload the trailer the first time. If it's in forward gear. And then we can change over to the New Holland when we go to put the next load in. I should be able to, I think, just hit the trailer there and it will fill up. And while it's filling up, it'll give me a few minutes to jump into the New Holland. Parked it there and we will turn the engine off. We'll jump into the New Holland T8020 and we will go and hook onto the trailer. This is definitely going to be a lot better, a lot more powerful for towing the onions. We still have about half a field of wheat to thresh as well through the combine. So let's look at getting into that today. We don't have very much money in the bank, which is unfortunate. We do have a massive loan. So we're in desperate need of making some good money. I do think that once December comes around, roughly around that time of the year when wheat and barley and onions, I think too, are in a good value, we're going to be able to make some money to start paying off that loan that we've got. We do have to work on the castle as well, so there's quite a bit of work to do on that in regards to even affording to get the production for the castle stones. Luckily we do have the big stones being made now, and we're going to have to stockpile them in preparation, but I think we need 350,000 for that. I'm not sure if it's going to be worthwhile going and extend our loan out to be almost $1 million just to get that in place, because I can imagine that once we've started with the castle stones and continuing with the castle reconstruction, we are going to be able to make a significant amount of money. So I'm still not too worried about making the money back. It's more about just trying to work out what's most practical. I've missed a few there. Yeah, what's most practical for now to keep us going and keep the momentum that we've got going. So we will look into that shortly. But I think for now we'll cut out here. We'll do a bit of a time lapse. I'll bring you back in once we're got, hopefully most of the way through the field, but we'll just have to wait and see. So I'll see you soon. Welcome back. As you can see, we have got through the field a fair way. We've taken 2 loads and there's another 75% of a load in that trailer. We've pretty much tied up all the longest swaths. There's just one more that we've got to tie up beside us, but then we're into the sort of corner of the field, which gets a lot smaller. I still anticipate getting quite a lot of onions from that piece because, yeah, we're getting a lot on each run. So you can see that they are getting a lot shorter each and every time. So we get this run started. I do plan to get this field completed today. So we have been working on the onions quite a lot. There's been a bit of focus on them. It's just one of those crops that it takes time. It's a large bulky crop that takes 2 passes to harvest, and then the harvesting is quite slow because of the bulkiness of them and the fact that we're covering so little ground. We're just lucky that the lifting equipment is able to row them up together like this so that there's 2 rows into one, which definitely improves how quickly we can go through and collect them. So that's the finish of pretty much like, well, of the longer rows. There's just one more row here we've got to do, which is a long one. Then they do get into those really short ones. I'm anticipating that we're still going to get a number of, well, definitely that trailer 75%. So this load is going to fill that and then probably put another 30% in the trailer. So hopefully it will be no more than 2 more full loads and then maybe a part of a load for the final one. Because, yeah, it's really building up and it's going to take a lot of effort and time to get this to the sell point when the time is right. So, yeah, we may need to look at getting a bigger trailer, or by then we're definitely, we're probably not going to be able to hire or buy a new tractor by then because we've got a lot of other expenses we want to do and account for. So, yeah, no, I think we may have to put size on this trailer to make it hold a bit more, but even still there's still going to be a number of loads and I'm not sure where they've got to go. So yeah, come harvest or come selling time, there could be quite a bit of work involved in that as well. I just hope that at the end of the day, once it's all said and done, that it's actually worth the money we've put into it and the time taken to do these. I do think that the best option would be to get like a production that we could value add, make a tomato soup, onion soup, or like fried onions. I'm not sure what they're out there, but I'm sure that there would be those sorts of things where we could actually value add the product. If you have something like that, then it would be worth doing other vegetable crops such as carrots or potatoes or something like that, where we can go and take the bulk lot of crops straight off the field to a production that's going to make us more money. That's one of the big downsides of doing the root crops, is the fact that they just take so much space up there. They're so bulky. You can just look at it here, like this is a ridiculous amount of onions just piled up that we are going to have to pick up and put into a trailer, take away. And realistically, if we're going to be picking up, we're going to need something decent to pick it up. Like, yes, you can get big wheel loaders, but they come at a significant cost for rental. So again, we'll have to make even more money just to break even. Although it has been slower, it is interesting to do other different things rather than just harvesting cereal crops all the time. I've actually enjoyed the change doing the onions. It just brings a bit more variety and interest to the game, despite the time it takes to sort them out. I do think that we are on the right track. Like I've said before, it's going to take a little bit of time for the plans to come to fruition. we can actually then start making that big chunk of money. I do think it would be best to go and get an even bigger loan for the stonemason so we can get that production underway. Because I'm pretty confident that once we start delivering castle stones to the castle, we're going to make a significant amount of that. And that also opens us up for other buildables that are within the game. I'm not too sure if there's any more on the map, whether it's just a castle, but there may be, but we can obviously, we've got different things in the construction menu that we can build and use our own resources for. Yes, they may take a bit of time. I don't know if that would be worth it in comparison to just buying one from the menu. But it's just another bit of interest that's in the game, and I really do like that they're adding more and more features and interest things all the time. Yeah, it's really good. It's definitely seen improvements over the last few games. Be interesting to see what the next version will be like, which I don't anticipate for 12 months, possibly. I suppose it would be Farm Sim 2027, maybe. Seems that, yeah, I would suggest so. So I did see that there's a season pass, like second year season passes out now for order. So yeah, but it's all, yeah, all improvements. So what we'll do is we might just quickly jump into one last time lapse for the onions to get this field finished. Like I said, I reckon there's probably going to be another full trailer in a small part, so hopefully not too much carting. And we'll bring you back in once we have finished. So I will see you very soon. Welcome back. There we go. It was actually one completely full load pretty much. So there we go. That's all done. I did notice that we've only got 0.9 hours on the tractor. So that means we haven't even had to pay for a second hour of the rental, which is great because those machines are quite expensive per hour to operate. So that is a very big win for us. We just need to drop this off at our massive onion pile, and then we can look at if we can even get enough money to buy the stone mason. I think it's a stone mason that we need, because we already have a heap of big stones that have been mined out of the quarry, so they're ready to get taken over there, so we can get that production underway today. Then when we move forward to the next month in game, then we'll be able to hopefully have some castle stones and take them straight up to the castle to get that to continue the progress up there, but also to get paid. And I think, yeah, I think that I would imagine, based on the value of other items that go to these productions and reconstruction works, that we're definitely going to make a good amount of money back. We just need to finish this little job off. Excellent. So let's jump out and have a good look at our onions. This is a considerable amount of onions. So yeah, hopefully we're going to make plenty of money. Like, what was it, 19,000 per trailer load, and then was probably about 6 trailer loads. So, well, that's a huge amount of onions. And if we can get $800, 1,000 liters, a ton, if you will, yeah, we're definitely going to make good money from them. Let's just jump in here, and I can just leave it here for now. I want to jump, I want to go over to where the quarry is, or the stonemason rather. I think it's spinnery, so that's the quarry. Stonemason, so visit. So I'm pretty confident we needed 350,000. Yes, we do. So I wonder if we can even borrow that much money. What's the limit on the money we can borrow? So I already have a $675,000 loan. So we need a considerable amount. Hopefully we can get more than $1 million. Because, yeah. Let's just take out 1.05 million. Which sounds like a lot of money. It's a lot of money to owe. But at the same time, with farming, there's a lot of outlays, but there are a lot of income when the time is right. Okay, so we've purchased. So we own this now as well. So we just need to have a look. It's the same area. So what we're looking for is we're looking for castle stones, and we need big stones. So we can put quite a big amount of big stones in. And then we can either get castle stones or roof shingles out. So pretty good. So I'm just going to activate this now, even though we don't have any big stones, because what we're going to do is jump into our JCB tractor. We need to find our trailer. Big trailer, there it is. That's what I thought it was. So we've got the JCB with the front end loader on it. We can go jump into or grab the trailer, take that over to the quarry, and then take our first load of big stones across. And get that, that'll get that production up and running. And hopefully, like I said, soon we'll be able to make some good money from them. So what we'll do is I'm going to just go and grab the trailer. I'll drive down there and I'll meet you down there when we're starting to load up the big stones. So I'll see you soon. Welcome back. Here we are. We've got a number of pallets here ready to be collected. I'm assuming that they're going to be heavy, and I'm not going to be able to pick more than one up at a time, especially without a weight. But we'll see. Okay, so yeah, it's not too bad. Hopefully they're not going to be too glitchy. I don't know why that one's glitching like it is. Well, there's one. So what we'll do is we'll get these loaded up. Probably do it as a time lapse, and then we'll hook on, head up to the what are we going to? The stonemason production that we've just got, and then we'll drop them off, and I'll see you up there. Alright, welcome back. So we'll head over to the stonemason now. You may have noticed in that time lapse, I worked out why the pallets were all glitchy. It's because I had forgotten that the front weight was on the front of this tractor as well. And yeah, the pallet fork did not like to go through the weight, as you can imagine. So I finally got that sorted out, and then when I was hooking it on, I thought that the weight could connect to the trailer, but it didn't. And then yeah, big rocks went flying, chaos was had, but we're all sorted now. I got that sorted out, and we're underway. This is the first time I've been up this way. I'm assuming that the stonemason is just up through this town. Oh, yep, here it is. Nice little pocket of the map here. So what we'll do is we'll pull in. I think we dropped them off on the side by the looks of it. Yes, it is. So what we'll do is I'm gonna pull in here and we'll drop them off. So, okay, so maybe we don't drop them off there. Let's just... yeah, so I'm assuming that maybe it's too high. Let's just do a little sneaky in-game super strength to try, and we'll just pull one off and see if it goes. No? Here, maybe? Oh, there we go. Put them in the wrong place. So we'll jump back in the tractor and we'll spin around and make sure we get in the right place. We're not going to use super strength too often unless it's needed, or unless it just makes things quite a bit quicker, like tidying up when you've had a bit of an issue with everything falling off, or there's been a crash and you've had to tip your trailer back and you tried to back up the right way. So here we go. That's better. So we should be all good now for that. Let's jump in and see how much. I'm pretty sure we had a huge capacity. Yeah, we can put up to 10,000, 100,000 kilos, liters of big stones in here. So that's going to get us underway pretty well. Happy with that. So we'll leave that in there for to process. Hopefully by, what are we, August, September, we'll have some pallets so we can start taking up to the castle. We've got, I think they needed 10,000 or liters, kilos, whatever you want to call it, for the first. Oh, okay. Well, I've made it wrong turn there, and the great almost invisible stop signs have appeared. So obviously that says that the map, it done such a good job you can hardly tell, except for the fact that the grass and the shrubs and that finish there. Oh geez, hopefully I can actually get out of this location. There we go. And there's a car there, a magic car, because they can pass straight through, where we hit a immovable, invisible wall. So let's try that again. Let's head back in the correct direction. Wow. I'm just looking at this. I'm going to drive on this person's field. It'll be right. Just looking at this big rock wall here. Like natural stone face. With the trees up above. That is some like epic design there. This is, yeah, a wonderful map. Look at that. That is absolutely crazy. And then is that the edge of the map there as well? Because I think we're in the corner. Oh no, so it's, oh wow, so it's area that we could own. So up here, all this forest area. So all up there, we could actually own that if we wanted to. That is really cool. Now I need to get out of this person's field before they come and yell at me for driving through. And we'll head back towards our homestead. The one thing I have noticed in Farming Sim 25 is the pallet sizes. So those pallets that we've been using to put the big stones on, and all pallets in the game really are, for me, quite an odd size. I don't know what they're officially called, whether they're like a Euro pallet or something like that. But in Australia, all the pallets I've ever dealt with before, well, predominantly the common size pallet is 1200 millimeters square. So they're a square pallet, and you have square, and that the tines of your forklifts are usually 1200 millimeters or thereabouts. So when you put a pallet on right hard up against the back of the forks, then no fork protrudes past it. And I find that weird that the pallets here, or like, I don't know if that, whatever they're called, actually like aren't the same length as the tines on the forklift. Which to me, yeah, is a bit strange, because obviously you've got to be careful about not going through and picking up just the edge of the other pallet. Sometimes in the game it works, especially if something is not so heavy. You can pick two up at a time. Like we picked up a final lot of big stones like that. But yeah, no, it's a bit strange to me. Like the way it looks at this width here would be the depth as well. So you don't have the narrower depth. So in my mind, you'd actually be better off to pick these pallets up from this end through, because then your tines wouldn't stick out that end. And I thought I'd just stop in here because we've got the trailer and I wanted to see how much wood we've got. So we have got the, was it 4 pallets of beams and planks, and it looks like we have another 8 pallets of planks and another 5 pallets of wood beams. So that's going to be a considerable amount to take up to the castle. I think we'll do that next time, because hopefully we can take these, what's in the sawmill up, along with any castle stones that we get from our new stonemason production. So I think that'll definitely be a August or September. I mean, sorry, a September or maybe even October task. I thought I'd just take a bit of opportunity to use the super strength just to move these out of the way. In December, I think it will, January, we'll need to come and collect all these pallets into a big trailer and take them off to sell, because yeah, these, it might not look like it's just a byproduct, but there's probably maybe $60,000 worth of wood chips just sitting in that pile, and we may have more before we have to sell them, because there's plenty of time to bring more wood down to this factory, to the warehouse, wherever, the sawmill, to, so there's still 5 pallets of wood chips. So I think I'm just going to leave the wood chips for now. I'm going to shut that engine off on this tractor. I don't know whether it'll be strong enough to take it up to the castle when we've got so much on, but well, at least we'll use it to load up this big trailer. I think that, like, we still have this to do, which, you know, isn't going to take too long, but I think that we can revisit that next time. I think that for now we've done a pretty good job with getting rid of those, or harvesting the rest of those onions was our biggest task, and that's pretty well done. I think we're quite happy to move along. Next time, after we've finished this, we have to work out what we'll be planting and doing with these fields next time. I know we've got, I don't really want to do wheat or barley again because we have just done them. We could possibly do canola in one of the fields, so we just need to prep it for that. That'll get us started for our potential fish feed production, but again, that's an expensive production we'll have to buy. But by the time we can harvest next July the canola, we may be able to buy it, because we're going to make plenty of money in the interim. I have to see what else we need for that. I can't remember what they were now. I know we needed oil, so we need to put it through an oil factory first. So yeah, there's a lot of expansion we can do, and that's what I'm really loving about the game, is the sheer amount of extra things you can do, rather than it's not just farming. Like, for example, you've got all your sheds in here. I think that you can do, just seeing if they've got like ones you can build yourself. Constructibles, here you go. So these are all the constructibles. So these are things that we could look at doing as we get through and get more money behind us. There's plenty of stuff here, like farm garages. It's going to take a lot of equipment, a lot of like cool looking farmhouse. There's quite a few things. And then obviously you can just buy a farmhouse straight up if you want to. And then all your factories. So yeah, we've got endless things we can do in this game. And I'm really enjoying this playthrough. I'm really enjoying this map. I can see myself playing this for a lot of hours yet to come. So if you are enjoying what we're doing and you want to see how we progress, see how the castle comes along, see all the constructibles and productions that we can and may get to, please do remember to like and subscribe for those videos that will be coming out to you. I think that's it for now. So remember to keep your boots dirty and your bites clean, and I'll catch you next time on DirtByte.